Greetings! Today I wanted to share with you a ritual to work with resistance and procrastination. So if you have a project or a task that you've been putting off for a while and it's getting a bit intense and you would like to know what stands behind this resistance and maybe have some ideas about how to work through it, this is a good ritual. We're doing this ritual on the wheel of the 4 directions, and we're using stones or any other small objects to represent. So we're going to represent the project or the task, and we're going to put it in the middle of the wheel. And then we're going to represent the obvious, the active aspects of resistance in the east, and then the hidden aspects of resistance in the west. Something that you're not aware of yet, something that is not in your conscious mind. And then in the south, we will represent the practical support to work through resistance, with resistance. And then in the north, we will represent spiritual support to do that, to work with resistance. And we begin by standing in the middle, representing, using our full body experience to represent, to feel into the project and seeing what emerges, what information we can receive, paying attention to the sensations, physical and emotional. And then one by one we explore different directions. So for example, going to stand to represent the active resistance, noticing what shows up, what elements become clear, what information you will receive about this part of your resistance, and then maybe standing in the hidden resistance and noticing what shows up there. So being very slow to notice the energy shifts and being attuned to your body and trusting what emerges, what information might come. And it might be very clear straight away, or it might take some time to drop into it and to slow down enough to become aware of what is this place telling you as a representative. And then when you've explored these two, you can then explore the practical support and the spiritual support. When I did this ritual, for me, the practical support was very much around breaking down the overwhelm of the active resistance into smaller steps that would be manageable, and also being very practical about ensuring my body is strong enough and nurtured enough and rested enough. And in the spiritual support, for me, it was very much about the ancestors and inner child work, with specific details about that were related to the project that I was looking at, that I was resisting and procrastinating, which made a lot of sense for me. So when I worked with that, when I stepped to represent that spiritual support, it became very clear about what I need to do to work with the hidden aspects of my resistance. And then when you've explored that, maybe there is some practical steps that you would need to do to follow up the ritual, or maybe it will be a little ritual within the ritual and nothing else to do after that. But in any case, all this information is needed, and you might use it later on, so it's a good idea to have something to write with and on as you're doing the ritual right after that. And you are invited also to bring in resources if you need them. So in any of the directions, to represent any resource that might make this place stronger, that might bring release or might bring support into the place where you're standing. And then when you're ready, when you've explored enough, when you've received enough information, then you're welcome to close the ritual, to say thank you to everything that happened on the wheel and to step out. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I wish you a good ritual. Thank you.